Following leads from previous task force interrogations and confessions, we managed to track down and obtain evidence incriminating what we believe to be three high-level Liberation Front members. All of them have various connections to past bombings and already have been arrested pending trial. Helene Koufos is a deaf recruiter of the front. Anton Brasco has provided logistical support in bomb delivery. Linda Bailey has stored and assembled the explosives. None of them deny their involvement with the Liberation Front, but have been uncooperative beyond that. They are sure to prove difficult suspects, as they have nothing to lose at this point and no real reason to divulge any information. A confession would not need to be extracted this time, but these terrorists are sure to be connected to other front members or have information about its future targets. We have a unique opportunity. What you manage to extract from them now might be crucial in finally unraveling their entire organization. Helene Koufos has been on our surveillance list for quite some time, as she is active in numerous Liberation Front chat rooms and forum boards that we have managed to infiltrate. She works as a wellness instructor, organizing outdoor retreats where she teaches yoga and mental relaxation techniques. Koufos is a paying member of the Our Small Animal Friends organization, has participated in protests organized by Future is Female, and is a lifetime voter of the Green Party. She has been linked to Cassandra Hicks as her close friend and confidant. Correspondence between the two proves that Helene has recruited, motivated, and aided Hicks in committing crimes for the Liberation Front. We have strong reasons to believe this was just one of her projects inside the terrorist organization. Koufos is deaf and mute. She will be able to understand most of the questions through lip reading and will reply with the aid of interpreter. Anton Brasco is a low-profile pornography studio owner with a reputation for niche fetish productions. His studio has been involved in multiple lawsuits, with actors claiming they have been underpaid or mistreated on set. So far, Brasco has reached settlement agreements in all cases. He is vocally anti-government and a staunch opposer of what he calls the progressive conspiracy of the left. He has a clean criminal record up to his involvement with the Liberation Front. By going through his studio files, we managed to track deliveries made to Father Adam's church, corroborating with the priest's statement that he had received the explosive materials. We have a strong reason to believe Anton Brasco delivered the bomb Father Adams confessed to having planted. Linda Bailey is the widow of the decorate General Tom Bailey. She is not currently employed and from what gathered never has been. She dedicates herself fully to raising and educating her three sons. Bailey and her family live in a large country house on the outskirts of the city. Because of this apparently fulfilled life, it came as a surprise to our officers when the description Daniel Wilson gave us of the person who blackmailed him to place a mole bomb ultimately led us to Bailey. Even more disturbing, the ensuing raid revealed not only the explosive material of the same caliber and type Wilson bombs used, but also sufficient additional material to build several more explosive devices. While this clearly incriminates Linda Bailey, we have no indication why she intended to use the other explosives or why. It seems to me we don't have any time restriction here, so let's do this. Interesting, you're probably the first deaf terrorist I haven't met. Greetings, Miss Koufos. I have a few questions on you if you would be so kind as to indulge me. They're not during a brief exchange with the interpreter. She greets you too. So, what's your story? She says there's nothing special to tell. I believe the athletic array of interests you hold, Miss Koufos, is more than special. She said, flattery will get you nowhere, though it's much appreciated. Why yoga? No answer. Are you happy in your life, Helene? She says she doesn't wish to discuss this topic. What does your family think about your arrest? She says they'll be fine. How did you manage to keep it hidden from them that you were a recruiter for a terrorist organization? She said that she described in a prior statement how her recruiting was easily concealed as regular social interactions. Do your other loved ones know of your involvement with the Liberation Front? She says that of course they do. Now that she is a convicted criminal, you seem a very positive social person. How come you aren't close to anybody? She says she doesn't know, that she never really connected with anybody. Nature and the universe have always been her best friends. I'm sorry, I do hope that society can evolve beyond tribalism enough to be able to connect with us with different shells. She says that she agrees and that the day in which unity in diversity is more than a political slogan might be closer than you think. Okay, let's ask her something else. Let's talk more about your family. She asked what more you want to know. We have already asked that, so let's go back. Let's talk about Cassandra and how you got her into trouble. You don't feel any guilt about involving her in any of this? She says that no, Cassandra was an intelligent, strong, and confident woman who made her own decisions. She's facing life in jail. She says the military-industrial complex has us all in prisons anyway. What did you teach Cassandra to do in case she got caught? He says that she just taught her to be a reasonable human being that tries to defend our future. You know though that Cassandra broke and is the one who gave you up to us, don't you? The disbelief and disappointment. You can't really think that you and Cassandra both privileged the extreme victims, can't you? She says you clearly don't understand what real privilege is. Well, be that as may, you have hurt and killed many of your comrade victims, Helene. She says that it is indeed a true shame. Hey, I hate the military-industrial complex as much as you do, but Cassandra was just sloppy. She says that's true. How can you justify all the suffering you have caused? He says she has a hard time sleeping at that. What did you hope to achieve with it all? She says dissolving all the power structures, capital, authority, religion, gender, and social roles. Isn't killing innocents wrong to you? She says they were consumers who enrolled the rotten order that we live in, playing the social roles patriarchal religions that have given us, that they are barely a loss. Having a hard time integrating as a deaf-mute child led you to pursue social change as an adult. He says that indeed it was a factor. How did you go from yoga trainer to recruiter? She says both guide the soul to fulfillment. How would you select who to pull in? Holy shit, look at all those names. She says that anyone willing to put everything on the line for society's progress was welcome. Did you recruit Daryl Peterson? She says she only read about him in the papers after he was arrested. No. She says she doesn't know who that is. No. Well, obviously, yes, you already know that. Anton Brasco. There's a disgusted frown and a decisive handshake. Yeah, that guy was the porn producer. She knew about that guy. Did you recruit Linda? But she says that dear Linda was here long before herself. Okay. How many people did you recruit? She says many dozen, most of them sleeper agents. Oh, sleeper agents. You're going to plant them in some sort of cells here. Okay. I've played enough Splinter Cell games to know what sleeper agent mean. Who were your bosses? She says she only answered to Linda Bailey. How did you do it? Convince all these people to put everything on the line for the Liberation Front. Many more people than the mainstream media would have us believe in search of a higher purpose. How did you find people that might resonate with the front? She states that any person that witnessed the injustice of today's world naturally resonates with the front, and that she just picked the ones that were not yet desensitized to them. It is obvious to me now that the Liberation Front contains people with highly diverging opinions, that you only recruit people with a similar outlook as yours. She states that she only did what was right and that she would never poison such an important organization. We know from other members that you communicate heavily through private chat rooms. Were you active in these chat rooms as well? She says that as much as she favors natural face-to-face communication, it was necessary at times to coordinate through secure channels. Were you active in any pet care chat room? She says that no, she that doesn't understand why would you ask that. What other chat rooms do you know of? She said that she tried to stay away from them, but she did operate in a nutrition chat room and parenting chat room. Who brought you to this nutrition chat room? She says that she's frequented well before the Liberation Front even existed. Was Linda the one in charge of this parenting chat room? She says that she does not know this. So you only know 2 chat rooms. Okay. And now you're proud of the awful life you have drawn these people into. She said that you fail to understand that she simply helped them lift the veil from their eyes and fight their oppressors. And do you think they will be used for anything else other than suicidal cannon fodder? She says she hopes so. Let's talk about something else. We have 2 other friends of yours. Tell me about them. She says she saw Linda and Brasco was so brought in. What can you tell me of Anton and Brasco? She says she doesn't know anything. She says she doesn't know anything. They wait patiently. Cassandra is having a real bad time in prison, you know? Quite a few incidents in the showers. They tear up and look away. Shall I remind you what your vague teaching led to with Cassandra? She says she did not wish to discuss this any further. You know there are things worse than prison. She said that she knows this, and that thing can always be worse, and that you made it abundantly clear that you wish to showcase the best that the police brutality has to offer. Wow. I don't want to do this. It's just... Look at this. She says that they will know it was a forgery and that they're not that stupid. What's the Liberation Front next move? She says she wouldn't know. She just recruits. Alright, let's talk to Anton Brasco, the porn producer. You make a good living, Mr. Brasco. Why risk your successful business by associating with business? Let's do this. Hey shit man, I hope I get it. So what's your story? Self-made man, always looking for bigger things. As a producer and director, do you include political commentary in your app pornography? You know it, glad you watch my stuff. Why pornography? I was made for porn and porn was made for me, man. It's an art form. And what does your art express? Let's talk about the scandals that happen around your studio. Sure man, I can talk about them all day. What about those abuse girls? Is that art as well? Huh, that's just a pile of bullshit and you know it. All my actors, men and women alike, have consented to the same contract and the courts prove I didn't breach them one bit. What will happen to your studio? Well, tell me, what actually happened to that girl Sarah? Did you really force her to do all of those scenes? The trial proved clearly that she was treated fairly according to the law and the contract she signed. So nothing illegal happened that good day, bro. Yeah. What the hell happened to your studio now that you're behind bars? It will lose some of its personality and edge, but I am confident it will survive. Well, that's your defense. No, you discriminate and oppress when you insinuate that their freely given signature doesn't matter. You can go to hell too. And what does your art express, Mr. Brasco? Dissidents, critic on how we're progressing into a castrate society ruled by feminazis and baiters. Oh, fuck off, Brasco bait. There's much shows all made for cash. Yeah, maybe, but I still sneak in cool ideas. Yeah, about the awesome ideas behind those pornographies. I have watched some of them and they have some of the weirdest plots ever. I mean, some of them are pretty awesome, just for the plot itself. The, having sex kind of thing. Yeah, and that thing. I have watched so many of them. So it's not surprising anymore, but they still manage to turn you on by, planting in the seeds of those ideas in the video, which is pretty awesome. I'm pretty sure that there are a lot of those porn videos you have watched and you stay because of the plot, not because of the action itself. Are you happy in your life, Anton? I'm living the life. Well, at least I was till you grabbed me. What does your family think about your arrest? I don't know, they'll... Tell me, Anton, when was the last time in your life when you had a meaningful relationship? Man, I don't need no shoulder to cry on. I'm okay being the master of my own fate. Friends, lovers, did they know? Nah, man, I keep my business private. Let's talk about the explosive materials you deliver. What more do you want to know about them? Where did you get them from? I have my source. What do you like to know? Who gave you your orders? I mostly kinda do my own thing. I give orders rather than receive them, like when I'm on the set. Do you know what they were using? One of the explosions downtown. We were able to disarm yours before it blew. Good for you, Chief, but you didn't get all of them. You killed dozens of innocents for fuck's sake, Anton. Hey man, that really sucks, but we can't let white America die quietly. Do you know how the explosives are made? Sure I do, but I'm not saying. Why does the Liberation Front do? What does the Liberation Front do with these things? Should be the question here, I suppose. You're the specialist, shouldn't you know? Isn't killing innocents wrong to you? As I always say, big men gotta make calls of life and death. Do you know Gabriel Adams? Adams? Don't know, don't think so. I've got all sorts of guys, and I don't know all of their officials' names. We have two other friends of yours here. Tell me about them. You know, Koufos says the whole thing about preventing the change of social roles is bullshit and not what the LF is really about. Oh yeah? What does a bitch know? She's nothing, unlike me. The people in this organization obviously have no respect for your look on things. Tell me what the next move is and I'll try to get you a good deal with the prosecutor. Fine, fuck those bitches. Look, a big bombing is coming up today at some factory, that's all I know. From what I understand, you don't like Koufos at all. She's got a hot-headed vibe going for her, not much else. We don't talk. What can you tell me about Linda? But she's a good girl. That's good work. You miss so many customers of yours in jail that when you'll be able to satisfy them even more. What the hell? Not funny, man. You know, there are things worse than prison. Chlamydia, paperwork, call it, intellectual sterile politic, Wry, politically correct speeches, porn with condoms, and top 40 music, and a few others, but those are the main ones. Ooh. This one right here. You motherfucker. Do you get off on this sort of manipulative shit? What factory are you targeting? What do you like to know? Now let's switch to Linda Bailey. Greetings, Linda. Looking at your file, other than the terrorism thing, you sound like the perfect mom. Thank you, dear. The terrorism thing, as you call it, is also part of being a good mom. So what's your story? Just a mama bear. And it's killing thousands of innocents key to being a mama bear. As I just shake their head. Who's taking care of your kids now that you're in jail? My parents. I'm certain they will do a great job. They are so loving. Are they proud of their mom being a tourist? They know everything I do is for them. What? What? You want your kids to live in a world in which it can be blown up by a minute and a minute? Now, obviously, that's just a necessary transition. Why do you say your involvement with the front was for kids' sake? Well, I want to ensure that they can live in a world in which they have control over their own lives. Did they know you were involved with the Liberation Front? No, they're too young to understand, but it was all for them. Are you happy in your life, Linda? I was, yes. My family makes me happy. I wonder what makes you happy. I find enjoying my work and the good I can do. I guess that's nice, darling. What does your family think about your arrest? They're struggling to understand. We'll try to get you some time with them after this. Thank you. Let's talk a bit about your kids. What were their names? George, Robert, and Ulysses. My husband always thought it would bear good luck to name them after those great men. What age are they? George is 15, Robert's 12, and Ulysses is 7. All healthy and happy. What is George like? He's a rather shy boy, and I think he spends a bit too much time playing computer games. I just hope this new girlfriend of his gets him out of the house more. Since he stopped doing karate, you better see him out of this room. Robert is a bit of a menace. I hope it's just the age. He's a wonderful boy, smart, energetic, and what a warm heart. No mother could ever ask for more from my son. So, is it true, do mothers love all their children equally? Of course. Do they like living in the countryside? Ulysses and Robert love it. I think George will soon get to the age at which he will start to hate it, but I do not know how to solve that. Homeschooling, public school, or private school? None of them. It is important to offer a mixed education, a good public school with some private tutoring, key extracurricular activities, and a lot of help and love at home, and also some free time to allow them to discover their true selves. There's just nothing else here. Let's talk about the explosives you make. What can I say? I like to cook. Who did you send the explosives to? Oh, all sort of nice people. Who gave you your orders to make them? My own initiative, of course. I know you're high in the ranks, but an operation on this scale is surely above the status you have with the front. How would you know? Do you know what they were used in? I do. They killed dozens of innocent people, some children with mothers. Maybe they should have taken better care of their kids. Wow. Yeah, you say that? If someone else killed your fucking kids, what would you say now? Why, Daniel Wilson. Poor thing needed help with his mother, so I tried to help. And in exchange, he was to help you with the bomb, then be with his mom. Like it should be. Why does the Liberation Front do these things? The world has always belonged to the powerful, and that will never change. All we can do is weaken the powerful and take their control away. Isn't killing innocents wrong to you? The powerful kill men directly and indirectly at will. Stopping this fractious society is worth it. Do you know what I respect about the Liberation Front? Oh no, but I would love to hear it. You're close to the leadership, Linda. Are they after the same thing as you? Because almost every front member I talk to thinks the objective is different. That's just how we work. We don't need to agree on the end outcome. Just that we want to stop what is happening now. But you want the powerful to lose the control. What if the Liberation Front leaders are using all these people to become the new powerful? I guess that would be the case. We have two other friends of yours. Tell me about them. Anton and Helene. Yes. Anton and Helene seem like very different people. How do you keep them working together? By making sure that they have no time to discuss their naive outlooks on life and society. That's how you make siblings in conflict work together. You don't give them time to bicker. What can you tell me about Helene Koufos? She would work for us as a recruiter. She's one of my best acquisitions. She did so well mobilizing Cassandra too. We don't really trust him for doing any more than deliveries. Yes, dear. Your kids will be cautioned about their terrorism for hours upon hours, and the news coverage endless. And Lady Deluxe may put a price on your head for having been a scoundrel to me. What's your point? You know, there are worse things than prisons. For example, recording you saying that you're glad to have contact with your kids might find its way into your children's room. I hope they know their mother well enough and know how much I love them, and that they would not believe such a recording. What factory are you targeting? Ooh, you have found that out. Good job, it's going off very soon. Fuck. Your leadership close to Lady Luck, you know what happened. What's the plan? The plan is to make a change, honey. I understand that the common goal is bigger than individual ideology. Ideology is just a distraction that we must get over. Really, then you understand what we're doing. Come on, I want to know how this first show might ever be stopped. We need to take back control of our lives. Do you really? I'm glad you're sitting this way. Let me see the first show fireworks. In the end, we'll strike back against ourselves. They grinned enthusiastically. Alright, 25 Aston Road, Southtown. This is weapons plan. And it will blow up spectacularly. Okay, we managed to do that. Interrogation successful. We have to scramble. We don't have lots of time left. 3 individuals suspected of having deep ties with the Liberation Front have today been arrested. All of them confessed to being involved with the various terrorist cells that initiate the bomb attacks. Anton Brasco, a young adult movie director with a track record of sexual abuse accusation, human trafficking accusation, unpaid workers. Unpaid was found to have used his steady steel as a front to deliver explosives to various Liberation Front members, including Gabriel Adams. In the basement of Linda Burley, raw materials and chemicals were used to manufacture the explosive ordnance of the same type and caliber that was used by the Liberation Front. A widow and single mother. Her tutelage has been revoked and her children have been placed in foster care. Her children were unaware of their mother's criminal activities. Nah, that's not it. Foster care is this one. Helene Koufos has been linked to convicted terrorist Cassandra H, and she confessed to recruiting her and several others, encouraging her and recruiting her. All of these Confessions are the results of diligent investigative efforts, the aiding cooperation of the general public. Really, they didn't help me at all. You know what, I'm going to do that to manipulate them. Why not? And bring us much closer to ending the Liberation Front. These fuckers are ready for another attack. We need to treat this as cold, hard fact. Get to it now. Identify where this factory is exactly. Evacuate the place urgently. Go, go, go! We don't have time. We have to move. Just what am I supposed to do? 0%. I can go home. Look at the possibilities. It's not going to work. There's just nothing left for us to walk on. A city at odds with itself. We have evacuated the factory, and we have determined that there could have been only one way for someone to circumvent the system and bring in the explosives. It needs to have been someone with special access to the digital security system. The system does confirm that special access was used during this. Last week, this was the first time in months. And only 3 people have special access. The CEO and factory owner, one Aaron King. The chief of security, one Steve Muradian. And the police officer that audited the security system 18 months ago to clear it as safe, one Tab Thompson. I hope you understand. Tab has to be a part of this questioning. Absolutely. I'll be sure to grow Tab as seriously as the rest. We can't be totally sure they're not involved. Very well. Get in there and get a location for those explosives before they blow up the factory. Meanwhile, we'll try to get this Beno Wise who's hiding with his uncle out of state.